Let's talk separation anxiety. So I feel like separation anxiety is one of the most difficult things to get right when you have a new puppy, because on one hand, it's a puppy, maybe you brought home an 8-week-old and he's just a little baby and you want to make sure that he's comfortable and getting used to his new home. On the other hand, you don't want to be reinforcing that behavior, and you don't want to end up in a position where every time your puppy cries, you go and cuddle them, which ends up making the problem 100 times worse. Here are 3 things that we've been doing to try and prevent separation anxiety. The first thing that we did was make sure that we had the right tools. So specifically what I'm talking about is the X-Pen and the crate. The X-Pen and the crate are hands down the 2 things that I would tell any puppy owner, do it. And I know it's controversial. I had someone yesterday come to my house and say, I don't like cages, just me, I don't like cages. And I'm like, dude, you clearly haven't had a puppy in a long time. And also there's a lot of reasons to have a crate, and it's not called a cage, it's a crate. Anyway, I digress. The X-Pen was a brilliant way to not just keep the puppy safe and keep Vigo from getting into things around the house, but it also forced him to practice every single day having his own space. What I remember of puppies is that they will tend to follow you around the house. So if you go to the bathroom, they'll follow you. If you go to the kitchen, they'll follow you. The great thing about having a designated space for Vigo was that he could not follow us. So even if we went to the bathroom, he would have to be out here by himself, and all of these little moments add up. Even having us on the couch watching TV while he's in his X-Pen, again, it's helping him practice having his own space and not stuck to us 24/7. Next thing that we did, I call micro training moments. I'm sure there's a professional term for this, but it's essentially the moments between our more formal training sessions where I wanted to be reinforcing the behavior that we want. And I would say that there are micro training moments not just around separation anxiety, there are other ones too, but specifically with regards to separation anxiety, for example, one thing that I would do is when I was putting my makeup on, we have a bathroom off of the living room where Vigo is. If he cried, I would go into the bathroom and put my makeup on. If he stopped crying, I would come out and continue in the living room. Basically reinforcing to him, when you cry, when you get stressed, I disappear. When you're relaxed and you're calm, I come back. Another example, which I know puppy owners will be able to relate to, sometimes puppies, or at least Vigo, gets into a mood where he just barks and cries and barks and cries. And it's been happening less frequently and less frequently, which is good. But again, what I did, if I was on the couch and he would get into one of these moods, is every time he would cry or bark, I would stand up and take a step away. If he was quiet, I would step back towards him. The last thing that we did, I call milestone moments. Again, I'm sure there's a better term for all of this. This is just the way my brain works. And these were moments where my husband and I specifically chose to leave the house and leave Vigo home alone. Now, we didn't do this for the first 2 weeks that he was here, but the first time that we actually left him completely alone was last weekend. We were gone for maybe like 20 minutes and we came back and he was still fast asleep in his crate. Again, just trying to reinforce that we can leave and we'll come back and it's okay. This week, my husband and I also went out for dinner for the first time. So we left Vigo home alone for maybe like 2 or 3 hours at around 7 p.m. And again, we just want to get into the practice of being okay with leaving him, because I know how easy it is to think, oh, I never want to leave my dog. I just want to be with him all the time. And that's okay once you have a dog that doesn't have separation anxiety, I think. But getting to a space where you have a dog that doesn't have separation anxiety, I think, requires diligence in doing the hard thing and leaving them home alone even when you really don't want to. I honestly am hoping this will work. So far it seems to be going well. He seems super relaxed when we put him in his crate. I'd love to hear, what has your experience been with preventing separation anxiety? If you have a grown dog and you've done it, what's your biggest tip? Please tell me. I need all the knowledge. And make sure you follow along if you want to continue following our journey of raising Vigo to hopefully be a brilliant family dog.